Hey, beautiful Scorpio souls. I just had to sit down and share this reading with you because what came through for your sign today is absolutely fascinating. I'm still processing some of the messages that came through, and honestly, the energy around Scorpio right now is unlike anything I've felt in months. So I was shuffling my deck this morning, thinking about all my Scorpio viewers, and the cards practically jumped out at me. You know that feeling when the universe has something important to say? That's exactly what happened. The whole reading has this theme of unexpected things aligning with expected outcomes, but not in the way you might think. Let me start with what came through first, and Scorpio, this one caught me completely off guard. I pulled the Three of Cups, and before you roll your eyes thinking this is just about celebration, hold on. This card appeared when I asked about your financial situation, and the energy behind it is so much deeper than surface-level party vibes. The Three of Cups here is showing me that your financial breakthrough is going to come through community and collaboration in ways you haven't expected. I'm seeing Scorpio energy that's traditionally so independent and secretive, but the cards are saying that your money flow is directly connected to opening up and working with others rather than alone. This isn't about networking in a superficial way. This is about genuine connections that create financial opportunities. What's really interesting is how this card is positioned energetically. I can feel that many of you Scorpios have been working so hard in isolation, thinking you need to figure out your financial situation by yourself. But the Three of Cups is practically vibrating with this message that your financial abundance is waiting for you in spaces where you celebrate others and allow others to celebrate you. This could be collaborative business ventures, group investments, or even something as simple as monetizing a skill that brings joy to communities. I'm getting specific images with this card too. Some of you are going to receive financial opportunities through social connections you've maintained but never thought of as business-related. Others are looking at income streams that involve bringing people together. The cup energy here isn't just about emotions, it's about the flow of resources when people combine their individual strengths. The timing on this feels like it's already in motion for many of you. I'm sensing that conversations you've had recently or invitations you've received are actually the foundation for this financial shift. The Three of Cups suggests that the money you've been trying to manifest solo is actually waiting for you in group dynamics. Now, the second card that came through absolutely blew my mind, and I had to shuffle 3 times to make sure this was right. I pulled the Page of Swords, and this appeared when I was asking about your love situation, Scorpio. This is not the typical love card people expect, but the message here is so powerful. The Page of Swords in your love reading is telling me that your romantic life is about to be revolutionized through communication and intellectual connection in ways that surprise you. For a sign that's known for intense emotional and physical connections, this card is saying your next significant romantic development is going to start with your mind being completely captivated. I'm seeing many of you Scorpios meeting someone or deepening a connection with someone through debates, discussions, or shared intellectual pursuits. This isn't about small talk or surface conversation. The Page of Swords suggests someone who challenges your thinking, who brings new perspectives, who makes you excited about ideas you've never considered. What's particularly intriguing about this placement is that it's suggesting your love life is going to involve a learning element. Either you're going to be in a position where you're teaching someone something significant, or someone is going to introduce you to knowledge that completely shifts your worldview. The sword energy here is cutting through any pretense or game playing that you might be used to in romantic connections. For Scorpios who are already in relationships, the Page of Swords suggests that you and your partner are about to embark on some kind of intellectual journey together. This could be learning something new as a couple, or one of you inspiring the other to pursue knowledge or skills that transform your dynamic. The Page energy also suggests someone younger or someone new to your life bringing this intellectual stimulation. But age here isn't necessarily about years. It's about fresh perspective and enthusiastic curiosity. This person or this energy is going to approach love and connection with a directness that refreshes you. I have to tell you, as I'm holding this card, I keep getting the image of conversations that go late into the night because you're both so engaged with exploring ideas together. The romantic connection is building through mental compatibility in a way that surprises you with its intensity. Moving into the third card, and Scorpio, this one made me actually pause my reading for a moment because the energy shift was so dramatic. I drew the Eight of Wands, and this came through when I asked about your career and professional path. The Eight of Wands in your career sector is indicating rapid movement and sudden developments that have been building behind the scenes. This isn't the slow, methodical Scorpio approach you might expect. Instead, you're looking at swift changes, quick decisions, and opportunities that require immediate action. What's fascinating about this placement is that it suggests your career momentum is about to accelerate dramatically, but you'll need to be ready to move fast when the opportunities present themselves. The energy here is completely different from your usual deep research and careful planning approach. The Eight of Wands is saying that sometimes the best career moves happen when you trust your instincts and act quickly. I'm getting very specific imagery with this card about communication and messages playing a huge role in your career development. This could be job offers coming through unexpectedly, important emails or calls that change everything, or networking connections that suddenly bear fruit after months or years of dormancy. The Wands energy here is pure momentum and movement. For many Scorpios, your career has felt stuck or slow-moving recently, but this card is practically vibrating with the message that everything is about to shift into high gear. Projects that have been delayed are going to start moving rapidly. Decisions that have been pending are going to be made quickly. What I find particularly interesting is that the Eight of Wands suggests that your career acceleration is going to involve elements of travel, technology, or long-distance communication. This could be remote work opportunities, international business, or simply that your career growth involves connecting with people and opportunities outside your immediate geographical area. The timing on this feels very immediate. I'm getting the sense that many of you will see the beginnings of this career acceleration within the next few weeks. The Eight of Wands doesn't mess around with timing. It's about swift developments and rapid progress. Now, the fourth card I drew is where things get really interesting, and I have to admit, I didn't expect this particular message for Scorpio. I pulled the Two of Pentacles when asking about your challenges and obstacles, and this card completely reframes how you should be thinking about the difficulties in your life right now. The Two of Pentacles. As your challenge card is telling me that your biggest obstacle isn't external circumstances or other people. Your challenge is learning to juggle multiple priorities and opportunities without losing your balance. This is actually a high-quality problem to have, Scorpio. You're being challenged by abundance rather than scarcity. What this card is showing me is that many of you are in situations where you have multiple good options, multiple income streams to manage, multiple relationships to nurture, or multiple projects demanding your attention. The challenge isn't that nothing is working, it's that too many things are working, and you need to develop better balance and prioritization skills. The Pentacles energy here is very grounded and practical. This isn't about emotional turmoil or dramatic upheavals. Your challenges right now are logistical and organizational. How do you manage your time when there are multiple opportunities pulling at you? How do you maintain quality in all areas of your life when everything is demanding attention simultaneously? I'm seeing many Scorpios who are actually struggling with success rather than failure. You've manifested opportunities in abundance, but now you're learning how to handle it all without burning out or dropping important balls. The Two of Pentacles also suggests that flexibility is going to be your key skill for navigating current challenges. Your natural Scorpio tendency toward intense focus and deep commitment is going to need to be balanced with adaptability and the ability to shift priorities as situations change. What's really beautiful about this card in your challenge position is that it's confirming that your obstacles are temporary and manageable. The figure in the Two of Pentacles is actively juggling, staying in motion, finding the rhythm. Your challenges aren't roadblocks, they're dance steps you're learning to master. The fifth card that appeared completely shifted the energy of the entire reading, and I'm still getting chills thinking about it. I pulled the Hermit when asking about your spiritual growth and inner development, and Scorpio, this card has such profound implications for where you're heading. The Hermit in your spiritual sector is indicating that you're entering a phase of profound inner wisdom development, but not through isolation like you might expect. This is about becoming the guide and teacher for others while simultaneously deepening your own spiritual understanding. What's so powerful about this placement is that the Hermit suggests you've reached a level of spiritual maturity where your inner light is meant to be shared. Your deep Scorpio insights, your understanding of transformation and rebirth, your ability to navigate dark periods and emerge stronger, these gifts are meant to illuminate the path for others. I'm getting very strong imagery of you stepping into a mentor or guide role, but not in a formal teacher capacity necessarily. This is about living your wisdom so authentically that others naturally seek your guidance. Your spiritual development is moving from internal work to external expression. The lantern that the Hermit carries represents the wisdom you've gained through your own transformative experiences. For Scorpios, this is particularly significant because your sign is associated with deep psychological and spiritual transformation. You've done the inner work, you've walked through your own shadows, and now you're being called to help others navigate their own darkness. What's fascinating about this card appearing now is that it suggests your spiritual path is about to become more visible and more impactful in the world around you. The Hermit phase of solitary spiritual work is evolving into a phase of spiritual leadership and guidance. I'm also getting the sense that your spiritual development is going to involve teaching or sharing wisdom through unexpected channels. This could be through your career, through creative expression, or through the relationships we discussed earlier. Your spiritual growth isn't separate from your worldly success, it's actually the foundation that makes everything else possible. The timing on this spiritual development feels like it's already begun for many of you. You may have noticed that people have been coming to you for advice more frequently, or that your insights are being valued and sought after in new ways. Moving to the sixth card, and this one made me smile because it's such a perfect Scorpio message wrapped in unexpected packaging. I drew the Six of Swords when asking about your emotional healing and personal growth, and the guidance here is absolutely beautiful. The Six of Swords in your emotional healing sector is showing me that you're moving away from turbulent emotional waters toward much calmer and clearer mental and emotional states. But what's particularly interesting is that this transition is happening through intellectual understanding rather than just emotional processing. For a water sign known for feeling everything intensely, this card suggests that your emotional healing right now is coming through gaining new perspectives, learning different ways to think about old situations, and literally thinking your way into better emotional states. I'm getting the image of you as the guide in this boat, helping others cross from emotional turmoil to emotional clarity. This connects beautifully with the Hermit card we discussed. Your own emotional healing journey is positioning you to help others navigate similar transitions. The Sword's energy here suggests that logic and clear thinking are your allies in emotional healing right now. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, but rather using your mental faculties to process and understand your emotions in ways that lead to genuine resolution and peace. What's particularly powerful about this placement is that it shows you're not just healing old wounds, you're developing wisdom and skills that prevent similar wounds in the future. The Six of Swords is about sustainable emotional progress, not just temporary relief. I'm also sensing that your emotional healing is connected to helping others, either formally or informally. There's something about sharing your healing journey, offering guidance, or simply modeling emotional resilience that's accelerating your own healing process. The water in this card is calm, suggesting that the emotional storms you've weathered recently are settling into much more peaceful states. The boat is moving steadily forward, indicating consistent progress rather than dramatic breakthroughs. Now, the seventh card absolutely amazed me, and I had to check in with my intuition multiple times because the message was so clear and powerful. I drew the Queen of Wands when asking about your personal power and confidence, and Scorpio, this card is practically radiating with your energy right now. The Queen of Wands in your personal power sector is showing me that you're stepping into a level of confident leadership that combines your natural Scorpio intensity with warm, magnetic charisma. This is about owning your power in ways that inspire and attract, rather than intimidate. What's so beautiful about this card appearing for you is that it represents the perfect balance of fire and water energies. Your deep Scorpio emotional intelligence and transformative power is being expressed through confident, creative, and inspiring leadership. I'm getting very strong impressions of you taking charge of situations with grace and warmth. The Queen of Wands suggests that your leadership style is evolving to include more encouragement and empowerment of others, while still maintaining your powerful Scorpio ability to see truth and create transformation. This card is also indicating that your creative power is about to become much more visible and influential. Whether this is through actual creative projects, creative problem solving in your career, or creative approaches to relationships, your ability to envision and manifest what doesn't yet exist is becoming a defining characteristic. The sunflower that the Queen of Wands holds represents your ability to bring light and growth to whatever situation you're in. This is such a powerful evolution for Scorpio energy, traditionally associated with depth and shadow work. You're learning to balance your ability to work with darkness with an equally powerful ability to create light and growth. I'm also sensing that your personal magnetism is increasing dramatically. People are drawn to your confidence, your vision, and your ability to inspire them to see possibilities they hadn't considered. This is leadership through inspiration rather than domination. The throne that the Queen sits on represents the solid foundation of self-knowledge and personal power that you've built. This isn't fake confidence or borrowed power. This is the real deal, built through experience and inner work. Moving to the eighth card, and this placement made me actually gasp when I saw it because the synchronicity was so perfect. I pulled the Four of Cups when asking about opportunities and new beginnings, and the message here is absolutely crucial for you to understand. The Four of Cups in your opportunity sector is showing me that you're being offered amazing opportunities right now, but some of you are missing them because you're focused on what's not working rather than what's being presented. This card is a gentle but firm wake-up call that new opportunities are literally being handed to you, but you might be in a mental state where you're not recognizing them as the gifts they are. The figure in the Four of Cups is sitting under a tree while a hand from the clouds offers another cup, but he's looking away, focused on the three cups in front of him. For Scorpios, this is particularly relevant because your sign tends to be very focused and intense about specific outcomes. But this card is suggesting that the universe is offering you opportunities that might look different from what you thought you wanted, but are actually perfect for what you need. I'm getting very specific guidance about paying attention to offers, invitations, and suggestions that you might initially dismiss. Someone in your life, or multiple people, are trying to present you with opportunities that could completely change your trajectory, but you might not be seeing them clearly because they don't match your preconceived ideas about what your opportunities should look like. This card is also about emotional availability to receive good things. Sometimes when we've been in struggle mode for a while, we can become so focused on problems that we miss solutions. The Four of Cups suggests that shifting your emotional and mental state to one of openness and receptivity will immediately reveal opportunities that are already present. What's particularly important about this message is that these opportunities have expiration dates. The hand offering the cup won't wait forever. This isn't meant to create pressure, but rather to encourage you to lift your eyes and look around at what's actually available to you right now. The meditation posture of the figure also suggests that some quiet reflection and inner listening will help you recognize these opportunities more clearly. Your intuition is trying to guide you toward options you haven't consciously considered. The ninth card that appeared brought such a powerful completion energy to this reading, and I knew immediately that this was a major key for understanding your current situation. I drew the Nine of Pentacles when asking about your future success and achievement, and Scorpio, this card is absolutely gorgeous for your energy right now. The Nine of Pentacles in your success sector is showing me that you're moving toward a period of independent achievement and material abundance that's entirely based on your own efforts and skills. This isn't success that depends on others or external circumstances. This is success that comes from your own mastery and expertise. What's so beautiful about this card is that it represents sophisticated, refined success rather than flashy or dramatic achievement. You're building something that has lasting value, that reflects your true skills and abilities, and that gives you genuine satisfaction and independence. The garden in this card represents the long-term investment you've been making in yourself and your goals. All the inner work, all the skill development, all the perseverance through difficult times is now ready to bloom into tangible, sustainable success. I'm getting very strong impressions about financial independence and the ability to live life on your own terms. The Nine of Pentacles suggests that your future success includes freedom from financial stress and the ability to make choices based on what you truly want, rather than what you have to do for survival. The bird in this card represents your ability to enjoy the fruits of your labor, while also maintaining the discipline and focus that created your success in the first place. This is about sustainable abundance rather than fleeting prosperity. What's particularly exciting about this placement is that it suggests your success will be recognized and appreciated by others, but it won't depend on their recognition for its reality. You're building something solid and real that stands on its own merit. The luxury and refinement shown in this card also suggests that your idea of success is evolving to include beauty, comfort, and pleasure, rather than just achievement for achievement's sake. You're learning to create a life that feels as good as it looks. For the 10th and final card, what came through completely took my breath away, and I knew this was the perfect culmination of everything the previous cards had been building toward. I drew the Knight of Cups, and when I asked about your overall energy and direction for the coming months, this card practically glowed with significance. The Knight of Cups as your overall directional energy is showing me that you're entering a phase where you're going to be the romantic, the dreamer, the one who pursues beautiful visions with passionate determination. This is such a fascinating evolution for Scorpio energy, because you're maintaining your intensity and focus, but directing it toward creating beauty and emotional fulfillment, rather than just surviving or winning. What's so powerful about this Knight energy is that it represents someone who is emotionally mature enough to pursue their dreams without being naive about the work involved. You're not just fantasizing about what you want, you're actively and skillfully working to create it. The horse moving through water represents your ability to navigate emotional territories with grace and purpose. Your natural Scorpio emotional intelligence is being channeled into positive action rather than just deep analysis or protective strategies. I'm getting such beautiful imagery about you actively pursuing romantic connections, creative projects, and emotionally fulfilling goals with a combination of passion and skill that's absolutely magnetic. People are going to be drawn to your vision and your commitment to creating beauty in the world. This card also suggests that your approach to challenges is shifting from defensive to creative. Instead of just protecting yourself from what you don't want, you're actively creating what you do want. The Knight doesn't just react, he initiates. The cup that the Knight holds represents your ability to offer emotional gifts to the world around you. your deep emotional intelligence, your understanding of transformation, your ability to see beauty in darkness. These are gifts you're being called to share actively, rather than just hold internally. What's particularly exciting about this card as your overall direction is that it suggests you're going to surprise people, including yourself, with your willingness to be vulnerable in pursuit of what matters to you. The knight is brave enough to risk disappointment in order to achieve something beautiful. The timing on this knight energy suggests that this shift is already beginning and will accelerate throughout the coming months. You're moving from preparation phase into active pursuit phase, from thinking about what you want to actually going after it. So, Scorpio, let me bring all of this together for you because the story these cards are telling is absolutely incredible. You're in this amazing phase where your financial abundance is connected to community and collaboration. Your love life is being revolutionized through intellectual connection. Your career is about to accelerate rapidly, and your challenges are actually just learning to manage multiple successes. Your spiritual development is positioning you as a guide for others. Your emotional healing is creating wisdom you can share. Your personal power is becoming more magnetic and inspiring, and opportunities are being presented that you need to recognize and embrace. Your future success is based on your own mastery and will create real independence, and your overall direction is toward actively pursuing your dreams with passionate skill and emotional maturity. The theme of unexpected things aligning with expected outcomes is playing out perfectly. You expected transformation, and it's happening, but through community rather than isolation. You expected deep connections, and they're coming, but through intellectual stimulation rather than just emotional intensity. You expected career success, and it's accelerating, but through quick action rather than slow planning. Everything you've been working toward is ready to manifest, but the universe is delivering it in packages you might not have expected. Stay open, stay receptive, and get ready to move quickly when opportunities present themselves. The energy around Scorpio right now is absolutely electric with possibility, and I'm so excited to see how this all unfolds for you beautiful souls.